Hey everyone, welcome back to my channel. If you're diving into the world of electrocardiograms, ECGs, and struggling to remember the different ST segment elevation leads, you're in the right place. In this video, I'm going to share with you the best mnemonic that helped me and countless others remember ECG leads interpretation for myocardial infarction. So, let's jump right into it. Before we get into the mnemonic itself, let's quickly talk about the leads. There are 12 leads in an electrocardiogram, ECG, each crucial for assessing the heart's electrical activity. These leads include 6 limb leads, 1, 2, 3, AVR, AVL, and UV, and 6 chest leads starting from V1 to V6. So let's put these leads into 5 groups to fit into our mnemonics LISAL. LISAL, which is a 5-lettered word. Remember AVR is not included. So we have 11 leads remaining. Groupings are used to identify areas of ischemia, injury, or infarct on a 12-lead EKG. L equals lateral, I equals inferior, S equals septal, A equals anterior. We are going to group the leads into 5 groups, keeping in mind that we have 11 leads remaining. Hence each group will have 2 and one group will have 3. Let's start with group 1. This include lead 1 and AVL. They correspond to letter L, which stand for lateral. So ST segment elevation in these leads correspond to myocardial infarction in lateral wall of heart. Group 2 include lead 2, lead 3, and AVF. They correspond to letter I, which stand for inferior. So ST segment elevation in these leads correspond to myocardial infarction in the inferior wall of heart. Group 3 include V1 and V2. They correspond to letter S, which stand for septal. So ST segment elevation in these leads correspond to myocardial infarction in septal wall of heart. Group 4 include V3 and V4. They correspond to letter A, which stand for anterior. So ST segment elevation in these leads correspond to myocardial infarction in anterior wall of heart. Group 5. Include V5 and V6. They correspond to letter L, which stand for lateral. This is the same as Group 1. Hence lateral wall has 4 leads. So ST segment elevation in these leads correspond to myocardial infarction in lateral wall of heart.